it is. It's time for
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good Morning Entrepreneurs.
Good morning, 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 freaking fabulous entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
G'day, good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs, and welcome to today's show with your hosts, Kim White and Kerry Zarb. Kim White is the founder and fierce leader of the My Sexy Business community, and Kerry Zarb is the founder of Zinc Business Solutions. Keep watching for your dose of entrepreneurial fun with the roving reporters and, of course, Kim and Kerry.
Good morning.
Good morning, Carrie. How are you?
I'm on the wrong side of the screen, Kim.
I knew you would have a fit, Carrie, and I have to confess I kind of did a bad thing right out of the gate. We're messy as always, but I pushed a button because I knew you would have a fit if I said it ahead of time. So, this is how it works. So welcome, everybody. Let's just say that, Carrie. Welcome, everybody, to Good Morning Entrepreneurs this morning.
Absolutely, and just ignore me. Ignore me and all my fussing.
Well, we want to say thank you to everybody who's joining us this morning, and we hope that you have got your coffee ready because it's going to be a great show today. We have our coffee ready, and true confession, let's just be honest, Gary, it is nighttime there for you. It's early morning for us. So your coffee is a proxy coffee of I'll share mine. I'll drink double for you, and then you drink double for me in this evening when it's your morning. So
I will, Kim.
How's that for a messy roll around for the beginning of it?
I love it. I love it. And Kim, I think we should kick off with a quick little why are we here and who are we here for? Do you want to take that away?
Yes, ma'am. We are entrepreneurs. We've been entrepreneurs a long time, and we understand what that adventure looks like. This is the last day of International Entrepreneur Adventure Month, Carrie. And so if anyone is even toying with the idea of becoming an entrepreneur, or if they're an entrepreneur and they haven't, there's just stuff to figure out. This is a community of entrepreneurs who get it. So that's what we're here for. We're here for you, the entrepreneur across the globe, to come together and unite with us here every Friday morning, 7 a.m. Central, Carrie.
And Kim, we've got another jam-packed show today, so I think we should head into our first segment pretty quickly before our producers get a little bit concerned about our timing this early in the show. What do you think?
Perfect, Carrie, perfect.
So, Kim, what are we talking about in entrepreneur land today?
Oh, my goodness, Carrie. There's so much going on in entrepreneur land. I do have a little quick share about an article I read in Forbes magazine. So I would like to start there and then move into the holidays if that's okay, because I think I just did it backwards.
Yeah.
But I'm so excited about this article. It was in Forbes, and it was, I think, quoting Mark Cuban is how it worked. So Mark Cuban is a Shark Tank regular. I think he's been on 13 seasons or something. He's a billionaire. He is from Texas. He's got it going on. I'm going to say that. But he did he said something that I feel like you and I have heard or said in a different way, Carrie. Let me say it that way. So he was talking about the one trait in all successful people. No one did not have this trait if they were successful. So all of them had it, and it's the only one you can control. And Carrie, do you know what it is? Do you want to guess, or do you want me to spoiler alert?
Can I guess that we need to be tenacious?
Carrie, that is part of it. That's kind of what it looks like. But he was talking about your effort, that your effort matters. And he was talking about giving something to do for somebody to do, and maybe they needed to follow the directions of A, B, and C. And then they never thought about D, E, and F. Some people do that. And then there were some people who you give A, B, C, and to do, they don't do that. They only think about D, E, and F. But he brought it home that the people who are the incredible ones that do incredible things, which I feel like are entrepreneurs, they not only do the ABC thing, they actually think about and think ahead to the DEF. So I hope that translates the way I was so excited. I was like jumping around, couldn't wait to tell you, Carrie.
Well, it reminds me of that little song that was on socials not that long ago, Kim, the A, B, C. Anyway, I'll stop right there because we've got to keep moving, Kim. We've got to keep moving. We need to highlight some holiday and events that are happening today and very shortly. So do you want to tell us about those, Kim?
Well, today is the last day of International Entrepreneur Adventure Month. We have had a great month of celebrating. Tuesday is the 4th of July here in the U.S., Gary. I know y'all don't share that holiday with us, but it's pretty exciting. We have lots of fireworks displays around, and we have different things. So it's a red, white, and blue holiday is what I'm going to call it, Carrie.
And Kim, I know for a fact that today is Social Media Day also.
Ooh, get your buckets out, we'll say.
Oh, and being summer over there, you guys can take your buckets to the beach.
Absolutely, Carrie. Absolutely.
Well, Kim, let's step into our first roving reporter because we have the mama for all mama entrepreneurs, Jill Olish. So over to you, Jill.
Thank you, Kim and Carrie. Hi, this is Jill coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs with a segment on Mama Entrepreneurs. What I love about being an entrepreneur and a mom is getting to make the rules, at least with most things anyway. So what we like to call in our community that we do as entrepreneurs is actually a journey. And we don't just get to choose the path that we want to take on our journey, but we actually get to lay down the tracks to follow. We get to pick those things that we want to do, we put them in front of us, and we follow that path. And there are going to be things that we find out along the way that just aren't working out, or there's going to be things that are working out that we want to pursue more in depth. And when we find those shifts occurring, we have to push pause. And that can be a scary thing, especially if you've been doing something for a very long time and it's been working really well, but there's just something else that's come into play now that you're like, I need this space to fill the need for what's come into play now. So I have to see if this is the right way to go ahead and push pause so I can do this other thing. Or sometimes the thing that we find is really working means we have to push pause on other things around it so we can continue to level up what's really working. And along with pushing pause can be a lot of melty that comes with that. There's some doubts on whether or not it was the right move to make. There's the feeling of possibly letting someone down. And even more so, there's the feeling like you're going to let yourself down because you're not following through with something you said you were going to do. But we need to remember that we all flow through different seasons in life and business that will interrupt our smooth journey and disrupt our comfort zone. But it might also help us get out of a mess that we can level up with clarity. So just remember, pushing pause is not pushing stop, and you will return with a vengeance and fierceness. Back to you, Kim and Carrie.
Thank you, Jill.
I love this, Carrie, and I'm giggling because we have to tell the messy behind the scenes. I might have had a pause because I messed it up. Yes. I messed up the beginning just so everybody knows. I was so excited to talk about that article, Carrie, that I missed the part about what Entrepreneur Land was about. So, Carrie, go ahead. Thankfully, Jill had the right topic. Let me say that.
Absolutely. As soon as we introduced Jill and she started speaking and did such an amazing job, by the way, I went, oh, we meant to mention that we were going to talk about taking a break and hitting the pause button, and we might have overlooked that in our first segment.
So messy is beautiful. We want everybody to know we're living proof that you can do things messy and it still come out okay.
And I'm just going to say, Kim, that me putting this up to the screen in the green room, probably you thought I was taking a break. So I was going to get out of here and leave you holding the bag.
So true story. That's exactly when you held that up. I'm panicking. I'm like, don't leave me alone. And Jill did a phenomenal job. Let me say that. She did a phenomenal job of bringing up the pause. Because most of us, and I'll just talk about podcasts. Like we have done pod fade or pod, to the Neverland in a lot of things over our lifetime of being entrepreneurs. But podcasts in particular have a really bad thing about pod fade. And you, Carrie, are the one that brought up pod pause. There are times we have to take a break and it's okay, but that is the best shift, I'm going to say, for a podcaster in particular to know is instead of pod fade, it's pod pause.
And I think it ties directly into our fantastic entrepreneurs because sometimes we need to pause other parts of our business as well.
I agree, Carrie. I agree.
So, Kim, let's keep rolling. We're going to head over to our next roving reporter because we have our very own writing coach, Holly Totten, standing by. So take it away, Holly.
Good morning, and thanks, Kim and Carrie. This is Holly Totten coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. When I taught school, I used the book, You Give a Mouse a Cookie, to teach the concept of cause and effect to my students. As entrepreneurs, that concept came to mind because when we tell our stories, it sets off that chain of cause and effect. When we tell our stories, especially by writing a book, it is very powerful, and it automatically sets us up as an authority in our field. And when we are set up as an authority, people will start noticing you, and that can lead to speaking events, which can lead to more authority, which can lead to a larger client base, which can increase your sales. So give a mouse a cookie. Give an entrepreneur a book, same concept, cause and effect. It helps our business grow. That's all for today, Kim and Carrie. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly.
I have not read that book, Carrie, but that is so cute. It is so cute.
It is.
And I'm going to say this is a perfect example of Holly Totten because she has helped like a ton of people become published authors, Carrie. And maybe that is the mouse and the cookie. I was missing that. Maybe I was missing that story, Carrie.
I'll take cookies any day, Kim. Just saying. Kim, we're going to head over to our next roving reporter all the way from Tasmania. We come from the land down under. Oh, Linda Bonney, over to you, Linda.
Thanks, Kim and Kerry. This is Linda coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. And today I'm speaking with Jessie, who we recently had a conversation about podcast editing and all that sort of thing. So you've been podcasting for a while.
Actually, I've never podcasted.
Oh, you're just on the editing side.
Yep.
So tell me what that's like from your position, because you would hear all of the things.
It's allowed me to kind of immerse myself in the podcasting space without actually having a podcast. So I get to hear the raw conversations, and I help shape it into something that's a lot easier for the listener to digest.
And I guess the next question further to that is, how do you think having an editor helps an entrepreneur who's podcasting?
that kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier about my job helping to shape things. And we have to think about the audience and what they're looking for. The audience doesn't have a lot of time. There's a lot of competition for whatever content you're putting out there. So the better it sounds, the more professional it is, the more it reflects well on you and your personal brand, your company brand.
I definitely enjoy the conversations and really appreciate your time today. So, yeah, it's wonderful to have a chat. Back to you, Kim and Kerry.
Thank you, Linda.
Linda is our, what does she call herself? The quirky Tasmanian. She is from Tasmania, and some of the things that she brings in conversations, Kerry, just blows my mind.
Oh, Linda is an amazing conversationalist. And if you haven't checked out Linda's podcast, Stories with the Sunday Roast, you want to do a little binge session similar to what we do on Netflix? Oh, amazing.
Wait, though, Kerry, we just had Jill on a few minutes ago, and we've had Linda on now. The two of them also have a podcast called Mucked Up Your Self-Care. So you have many choices when it comes to Linda or Jill, or Holly has one, Teaching Yourself to Learn. Like, we should just start naming them all, Kerry.
We should have a scrolling list going as the show's going. We could do that. Producers of the show, maybe they could press some buttons, and we'll talk about that later.
We have a funny coming up that we will be sharing some more behind the scenes, y'all, just so you know.
So you are tuning in to Good Morning Entrepreneurs, and we will be back in 1 minute after this quick commercial.
Messy is beautiful.
Or we could sing. In 2022, I started sharing a special tool out to the universe that has since saved this community over $61,000. As your financial designer, I know what it feels like to find those random charges on your bank or credit card statement. If you want to get in control of your recurring payments, Simple Subscriptions is the free tool for you. I host a live tour of Simple Subscriptions every quarter. It's completely free for you to attend and get this amazing tool. Let me show you how Simple Subscriptions can save you money and help you track your progress. To hang out with me in the virtual cafe, head over to kerryzarb.com to register for the next live tour. And while you're there, grab your free and private copy of Simple Subscriptions so you can get started on saving money.
Oh my goodness. We are very excited. I am very excited to introduce you to the next segment, which is the famous Kerry Zarb, in case you all didn't already know it. I knew she would push that button. She's rogue, y'all. She is rogue. The producers are like, stop pushing the buttons, and Kerry does it anyway. Kerry is a rock star podcaster. We've been talking about podcasts. She is the host of Simply Biz Beans. She is the co-host of Buckets and Boomgates, but she's really all the magic that goes with that one too. Coffee with Kerry, Permission to Win, like Biz Nation. I'm just going to rattle all this stuff off, but she's also the founder and director of Zinc Business Solutions. She is a financial designer, and I am laughing because while she pulled herself down, she is like having a fit for me to stop saying all these things. But, you know, Kerry, till you come back, I'm going to keep talking about you.
Is that how I get you to stop, Kim?
Well, I don't know if you can get me to stop, Kerry, but and I see what you did too. You like tricked everybody again and swapped sides, but
I'm back.
I love it. Kerry, seriously, welcome. And we have a lot to talk about in your segment today because there's a lot going on for you in the virtual cafe.
There has been a little bit going on over here because, and I think I mentioned this last week, that it is the end of financial year here in Australia. So there's been a little bit going on in that space for the clients that I look after. And of course, when you're in business yourself, you got to look after your own numbers. So obviously, working across that, it can't forget your own numbers when you're working on other people's numbers. And it's been skates on, Kim, literally skates on. But today is the last day. It's the 30th of June, and I'm excited to say I survived. The clients survived. Everyone's in great shape, and now I can just go and curl in the corner or something.
You don't even have time to do that, Carrie. I'm just going to say out loud.
I actually don't, because there is a list of things to do after the end of financial year. So yes, but that's okay. It's been fun.
So I'm going to mention one of the things that's coming up for you, Carrie. You can take your nap, you can recover a little, but you've got to get your skates on again, because the live tour for Simple Subscriptions, which was the commercial before, that is coming in just a few days, Carrie.
Well, a few more days than a few days, thankfully. It is the 12th of July at 6 p.m. Central Time. And so, yes, not far away, really. It'll fly past pretty quickly, and that's okay. But I'm excited to be hosting the live tour, Kim, because it'll give everyone the opportunity to attend and see what Simple Subscriptions is all about and hang out with me and yourself, Kim. I believe you're attending as well. And we get to hang out here in the virtual cafe and share this amazing tool that has saved a lot of people a lot of money.
Me included, Carrie, me included. So will you tell, like, whoever's listening, if you're an entrepreneur and you, like, who would fit I guess, who would want tickets to the tour, Carrie? Who would be like on hold for 11 and a half hours? I'm just going to say that.
Don't. Oh, no. No, definitely no holding pattern here, Kim. People can sign up and get direct access to the July 12th Simple Subscriptions live tour. And it's really suitable for anyone that has recurring payments. If you get charges on your bank account or your credit card statement and you're not sure what they're for, or sometimes we feel like we have too many of them, it's a really good opportunity to come and hang out and see how the tool works. I will show you exactly how you can use Simple Subscriptions to get in control of those recurring payments and start saving money.
Carrie, you are such an inspiration. I'm just going to say you've motivated me in so many ways, and I can't wait for the tour.
Me too, Kim. I'm a little bit excited and I'm looking forward to it. And definitely just an hour on Zoom, people. It just costs you your email address to sign up, free attendance to the Zoom session, free opportunity to download Simple Subscriptions, your own private copy. And yeah, come and hang out, see what it's all about, and let's save some beans.
And Carrie, I know that there's going to be a reveal at the live tour that you've been saving up for. You want to share that a minute?
Well, I've kind of stopped talking about how much we're up to intentionally, because I've decided to save it up for the live tour, because people are still reporting how much they're saving and the number is climbing. So it's a little bit exciting.
I can't wait for the number, Carrie. I can't wait for the tour. I can't wait for all the things.
You have to stop asking me, Kim, because I will just spill the beans and tell everyone what the number is. And yeah, we need to stop having those conversations for now.
And y'all know I'm not going to stop asking. So just let's be clear about that.
Exactly. Well, Kim, let's keep rolling. We've got another roving reporter. I can't even speak English tonight. We do have another roving reporter standing by, the freaking fabulous booty kicking Pilates instructor extraordinaire, because I just couldn't put any more words in that. Kat Corchado, please take it away, Kat.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. Hi, everybody. This is the freaking fabulous Kat Corchado coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. If you paid attention last week, we did some stretches for our neck, and we're going to continue with that today. So sometimes we're sitting at our desk. You ever do this, looking really close at your computer, and then that's real attractive, right? With our head forward. We're going to alleviate that a little bit. So again, these stretches aren't appropriate for everyone. So if you're not sure, please don't do them. But you can also ask your physician and or your physical therapist if it's appropriate for you. So I want you to take your hands one on top of the other like this. You never ever interlace your fingers because it'll apply too much pressure. Take your hands right into the center of your head, and I want you to push your head into your hands like you're pushing your head away. You're pushing your hands away. And now take your hands and try to lift your neck, your head, that is, out of your neck. Do you feel that stretch? And now bring the elbows in. And now open the elbows as wide as they can go, and hold and smile and breathe. And then relax. You can do these as often as you like, as long as it feels good to you. And I hope it helps. So back to you, Kim and Carrie.
We love the stretches Kat tells us to do because they feel so good, Carrie, after sitting at the computer.
They do, and I felt that one, Kim, like in my head, my neck, my arms. I'm like, okay, clearly I'm not doing enough of these things, so that's a sign.
Well, Kat is our resident yacht club owner, just saying that she has Small Space Pilates Yacht Club where you can go and work out with Kat and learn all kinds of stretches to get stronger. And we keep laughing and teasing her taller and, all the things. So thank you, Kat, for a great stretch this morning, live and in person.
Yeah. And Kim, I think it's leaner, longer, and stronger. Is that what it is?
Probably, Carrie.
I'm guessing. But thank you, Kat. That was incredible and a great reminder for us people that sit really badly all the time. So we appreciate you, Kat. And Kim, let's head over to our next roving reporter. We have Marketing to Niches with Melissa Botoff-Airy. So over to you, Melissa.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. Melissa here, coming to you once again, straight from my podcast studio as the resident GME sensitive niche expert. And I want to continue the talk that I've started on marketing when you have a sensitive or niche business that often looks not traditional and feels harder to market. Well, it feels harder because it is. And last week we talked a little bit about how the one thing you have to do to start this effort is find where the people are that need your help, that need the services that you're offering. The challenge that I have to you today is to spend some time there, right? The first thing we want to do when we find our people is to hurry up and get our message out there so that we can move on to the part where we're helping them. But in order to do that effectively and sustainably for the long run, the most important thing we need to do now is slow down. We need to spend time and build relationships. We need to find out what people really need and what they're really looking for. And the only way to do that is to put in the time and the effort. And I promise you, at least I know, that part is often the hardest, but it's also the most rewarding. Next week, we'll talk about how we go from spending time and building relationships to finding the clarity we need to move to the next spot. Until then, back to you, Kim and Carrie.
Thank you, Melissa.
Oh my gosh, she's got so much going on, Carrie. She has done so many amazing things. And it is something that if she doesn't market, she cannot get the opportunity to help more people. Like, she's in a very sensitive niche. And I do want to say, I should have had it ready. I do want to say this is the latest project that she's got out the door. She's about to have another one that's Because They Lived. And it's stories, good stories, but it's about kids who have they've gone suicide loss wise, but their moms have come in and told an amazing story about their lives. And so it's just such an incredible thing that she does. But can you imagine having that be a sleazy marketing in any way? like it just wouldn't happen. And Melissa is so conscious of that. So she is the perfect one to be sharing all this with us, Carrie.
I agree, Kim. And Melissa is such an incredible human, and the space that she's in and all the people that she's helping. And we're just so grateful for what she's doing.
Definitely grateful.
So, Kim, we might have a little something we need to talk about because there's what would you call this? There might be a little event coming up shortly, yeah?
There is an event coming up, Carrie, and I'm really excited about it because it's been going on for a while, and it's a way that you and I have taken to highlight some amazing humans, all entrepreneurs who are literally building their empires, but they also are building their lives. Like they are living with the entrepreneurship. A lot of people build businesses that own them, and like it takes away from their families and all that, but they are building businesses that actually go together. So I feel like this is such an important topic, Carrie. I feel like it's such an important event. What say you about it?
Kim, I love this event, and it is the Fierce Entrepreneurs Summit, and it's held on July 14th at 6 p.m. Central Time. And it is an incredible little production that's put together. And when I say little, it's not so little, but it's not overwhelming at the same time. So we do like to highlight the entrepreneurs that we hang out with, and certainly want to bring them to the stage in a group setting. And I think we're doing panel style this time, Kim, yeah?
It is true, Carrie. I love the panel style because they all get to share on whatever we're talking about. They all get to contribute to the conversation. So I love it too. Ooh, I just want to say how impressive this is. Can I giggle though? Because I'm going to confess, Carrie didn't have anything to do with what I'm about to tell you. It was all me being messy. But right before, I think it was 20 minutes before we came on, I'm like, do we have something that has a slide with, fire and all the things on it? And our Adam and Jillo, they went to work immediately. And Adam keeps saying that he didn't have anything to do with it. But him and Jillo got this together right before we came on just so we could share the amazing speakers coming up for July 14th. So if you haven't attended this summit before, you will enjoy it.
And wherever you're tuning in now is where you will see it come July 14th as well. So that's pretty handy, Kim.
It's pretty amazing. There'll be a red carpet event for the speakers beforehand. There'll be a couple of hours with a couple of different panels, Carrie, that will be on there. And then we'll have an after party. And everybody or anyone who attends who wants to come to the after party, just have to let us know so we can send you the link to that too. So we've got all kinds of fun things going on around here, Carrie.
Oh, it's exciting, Kim. I can't wait. And that's only 2 weeks away as well. So that's not long. Yay.
2 weeks from today. Well, and I have to tell you something. I asked our resident giveologist, Donna Bender. I asked her about speaker gifts because I was all excited about the summit. I've wanted to give gifts for I don't know how many summits. Like I've done over 200, Carrie, and I know you've done a lot of those with me. We talk about this every time and then we don't get it done. So we asked Donna to help us get this done this time. And so I just want to let you know where this next report is coming from, Carrie. It's from me asking questions.
So are we handing it over to Donna?
We are handing it over to Donna.
Take it away, Donna.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. This is Donna Bender coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. Today's Surprise and Delight marketing segment is about help. I'm having a conference and I'm not sure what kind of speaker gifts I should give. Okay, well, it's not a catchy title, but it is a question I am often asked. Giving speaker gifts at a conference is a thoughtful gesture. that can show appreciation for the speaker's time and effort in sharing their expertise with your audience. So here are 4 key aspects to consider when making a selection. 1, relevance. Select gifts that align with the theme or purpose of the conference. This makes the gifts more meaningful and memorable for the speakers. 2, practicality. Choose gifts that the speakers can use in their personal or professional lives. Useful items are often appreciated and have a higher chance of being remembered. 3, personalization. If possible, personalize the gifts to each speaker's interests or preferences. This demonstrates you've taken the time to consider their individuality. Personalization could also mean putting their initials or name on the gift. And 4, branding. Consider including your conference logo on the gifts. Co-branding with a retail brand is a great way to not only make an impact on the speakers, it can elevate your brand by bringing more awareness to your organization and increase your attendance for next year's conference. Remember, the value of the gift lies in the thought behind it. So choose something that reflects your gratitude and acknowledges the speaker's contributions to your conference. The right speaker gifts can leave a lasting impression on the speakers and encourage future collaboration. Back to you, Kim and Kerry.
Thank you, Donna. And Kim, Donna's on point because an appreciation gift for a speaker is a very, very good idea.
So I'm going to tell the backstory, Carrie, because when you got that, you were so melty. You were so shocked by it. And I think everybody should know it's so cute because Carrie's like all confident. And then she was like, I'm going to just say, she was like a baby, Carrie. She was so overwhelmed with how sweet it was that you got that. I just think we need to say that out loud, Carrie.
Yeah, that's a fair and valid point. But Donna absolutely brought it to her segment today because giving those gifts of appreciation for events, and Kim, I'm excited for what you're planning with Donna for the speaker gifts for the Fierce Entrepreneurs Summit, because I know that that's something that you've wanted to bring in quite a few times. So I'm glad you've got Donna on board helping you along that journey.
Me too, Carrie. I'm very excited about it. And we can't tell too much or we'll spoil it, right?
Kim will just tell, she'll just tell, and everyone will know. And yeah.
It's true, Carrie. It's true.
So, Kim, let's go to our next roving reporter. Our resident age agitator is in the house, Yvonne Marchese. So over to you, Yvonne.
Thanks, Kim and Kerry. This is Yvonne Marchese coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. I am your resident age agitator, here to talk about later in life entrepreneurship. And my guest today is Sally Halverson. I found you on Instagram and fell in love with the images that you make. And I want to know, how do you hope to see this iteration of your artwork and as a business?
I hope that this will allow me to retire and to continue to do what I love.
What has it been like to try to take your art and sell it and make money from that?
It's hard work. It's putting your passion out there for everybody to see. And all I want to do is share the love I have for flowers and the peacefulness that I feel when I'm photographing with everybody. I wanted something that was fun, something that was functional, and something that people would love using.
How did you decide on these particular tote bags?
I started with another tote bag, and it was all right, but it wasn't lined. It didn't have pockets. It didn't have that oomph, that feel of your favorite blouse or your favorite purse or anything that you have that you love to use, most people love quality. They want to know that what they're buying is going to hold up and is made of quality. And I am no different. And the other side of that is that if it's going to have my name on it, I want it to stand for what I believe.
Fantastic. Sally, thanks so much for being with me today. That's all for now. Back to you, Kim and Carrie.
Thanks, Yvonne.
Carrie, have you seen the bags that she's talking about? Oh my goodness, she takes the most beautiful photos of flowers, and then they are put onto these gorgeous bags that you could take anywhere. She has silk scarves with those flowers on them. Like, she's got a lot of things that are just gorgeous.
Oh, I can't wait to see, Kim. I'm going to have to go and suss them out.
And Sally's an inspiration in another way too, because like Yvonne, her segment is about entrepreneurs later in life. Sally's like become an entrepreneur in later in life as well. So I think that is such an inspiring and motivating thing to hear her story. And I think we need some bags, Carrie.
Oh, yeah, always up for bags, Kim. And thank you to Yvonne for bringing Sally to the stage, because this is going to get pretty exciting. I love me a bag, Kim.
Me too, Carrie.
So you are tuning in to Good Morning Entrepreneurs. We will be back in 1 minute after this quick commercial.
This show is sponsored by
Groundwork Brigade Mastermind. Are you an entrepreneur who is focused on making an impact,
but you haven't figured out how to make an income doing it?
We spent years trying to figure out how to do both.
And we realized the business adventure is not a one-size-fits-all. I'm Kim White. I'm the founder and fierce leader of the My Sexy Business team.
And I'm Kerry Zarb, Aussie bucket of swearing sunshine.
And she's a brilliant entrepreneur, by the way.
We both understand how it feels to believe we are the only ones who can't figure things out.
So we decided to join forces so we could get in the trenches with you.
We lead a very special mastermind group so you can be confident in strategically implementing
the right things in the right order so that you too can get the best possible results.
We cover a variety of topics based on what you need,
including building a business that you own and doesn't own you.
We even address themes like social media strategy and simple tech solutions.
If you would like to meet other entrepreneurs who are living proof of what is possible,
come and join us, and the link is below. Thank you for being here with us on this awesome Friday. We've got a tiny bit more show yet to come, but Kim, I heard a rumor. Is there, I feel like a real estate agent, is there an open house coming, Kim?
There is, Carrie. It's very exciting. Just after we play the groundwork, obviously the little commercial about it, because we do believe in sponsoring our own selves. We have an open house coming up this week on Wednesday and Thursday for anyone who wants to check out Groundwork Brigade. You know, that is our fun name for it, but it's not for the faint of heart, Carrie. Let's just make that very clear. It's a place to come together and implement things and work on things strategically and with accountability. It's really, really amazing, Carrie.
It is, and Kim, I'm going to say out loud that both sessions are incredible, but come to the Thursday one because then you get to hang out with me.
I love it. So Wednesday is at 10:45 Central Time, and Thursday morning is at 4:45 Central Time. I just want to make sure that I've got the times on there right. But it's exciting, Carrie, whenever we get to have open house. We do it once a month, so someone can come and check it out and see what's going on with all these peeps. Because everyone that's a roving reporter and everyone that's doing all these things, Carrie, they are living proof of what is possible.
And let me just say, Kim, also, if you're tuning in and you'd like to come to the open house, whatever channel you're on, send us a message, reach out. We will connect with you and make sure that you get that invitation. And Kim, we forgot to mention earlier, geez, we've been really terrible today, that if you have any questions that you want answered on your entrepreneurial journey, please pop those into the chat wherever you're tuning in as well, because we would love to answer those in a future show.
Absolutely, Carrie. And don't forget, some of the roving reporters are also answering those questions in their segments. And Carrie, I want to make it very clear, they don't need to reach out to you and I. They can reach out to any of the roving reporters and ask them the questions so that they can ask, they can ask what their experience was. I think that's important whenever you are doing anything, is to check out what it is.
Absolutely. And Kim, I'm going to step us into our next segment, and I'm going to press some buttons because I'm loving this button feature. I would love to introduce the founder and fierce leader of the My Sexy Business team, and I've got a little secret. Princess Kim White speaks her own language, and she has up her sleeve Princess Speak. So if you haven't met Kim White before, you will notice that she loves to wear sleeves, which are amazing tops. And up her sleeves is Princess Speak, where she brings us a special, now let me see if I can get this right, words, phrase, or phrases that she shares with us with some quirky little understandings of those words and how they translate to all of us as entrepreneurs. So I'm going to bring her back up, which is going to flip me to the other side of the screen. There we go. Kim, welcome. What is today's word, words, phrase, or phrases?
They're just vocab words, Carrie. Let's make it easy for entrepreneurs. Today's word is banished. And I used this word last week, and I actually got someone that asked me the question of what does that mean? And so I am laughing because when we were setting up the agenda yesterday, I didn't remember I had gotten that question, but it just is very fitting. So banished is the word, and banished means to put somebody away or push them away. And in my language, in my Princess Speak language, it's for their sake. So it's not banished because we don't like them. It's not banished because we don't want them around. It's banished because they need a break. And if I had followed the agenda properly in the beginning, Carrie, we started out with Entrepreneur Land taking a break, and I messed that up. And it would tie into the banished part because it is taking a break. It's what Jill said about the pause. It's throughout this whole episode, entrepreneurs have a lot of pressure on them. And sometimes we get to a point where we're not able to see for ourselves that we need a break for a minute. And so we around here call it banished. Jill has been banished. We've laughed and talked about that before on the show. She definitely knows how that feels. Adam is actually banished today, just so everybody's clear about this. So banished is the word. And I am not pushing any buttons. I'm going to say this out loud. Jill is supposed to be joining us, but until Jill pushes the button, Jill is like, I'm just saying this out loud, Jillo. I want to know what you and Carrie's definition of banished, because you've both experienced what it is. Tell me what your definition of it is.
So Jill, you go first because you were recently banished. Mine was a little way back.
It's like being put in timeout. Like it's like go be quiet in your corner of the world over where you are and just do what you got to do. Really, it's when I'm banished, it's because either I'm going camping on vacation or it's because there's a sick child in the house or something's going on with him. So it usually is that timeout. Like it's go be a mom or go be a person, a human, and take the time that you need.
love it. Carrie, what is your definition of banished? Because I know neither one of you like it. Just saying.
I'm with Jill. It really feels like a timeout when it's dished out to us. And however, pretty quickly, I think we recognise, oh yeah, I did need that. Oh yep, okay. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for protecting me. And as I say in the buckets and boom gates, protecting me from me, because sometimes we tend to get on that proverbial treadmill and just keep going and just keep going. And next minute, you know, things can become overwhelming and we could burn out. Like burnout is a real thing. So I feel like we are very well protected. And although sometimes we might I don't want to in those moments, but when we are banished, we know it's for a very good reason. And very quickly afterwards, we're going, aha, now I see it.
Thank you both for allowing it and listening, even if you don't like it when you are banished, because we do, as an entrepreneur, we need to protect each other.
Can
think
I
that's
can I
part of
tell
it.
on the situation though, Kim, because there's something a little bit real that we need to discuss here, because I've been banished completely in the past prior to Good Morning Entrepreneurs. Jill was recently banished so that she could go and have some time for herself. Adam has been banished, yet he's still here. So
So maybe there's layers of banishment. Let's just call it that. So Adam is one of the producers of the show, and he did not want to miss today. However, Adam is in a big life milestone that's huge. Y'all will be hearing about it. But it also causes sometimes it to be too much pressure to come on camera and do your usual things when you're going through such a big milestone. So I'm going to say this about Adam. Adam, GME would not happen. Good Morning Entrepreneurs would not happen in the same way without Adam. Adam has done so many things, and we have to give kudos to our Jillo as well, because together they are fierce. But I want to concentrate on Adam today, that Adam did not really want to be banished. However, I also understand the pressure of, it's enough pressure to produce something. It's even more pressure to show up camera ready and do segments and do the things. I feel like this whole show, I want everyone listening to be very clear about, we are doing things messy. We are doing things, we're showing you behind the scenes intentionally. We're not taking the replays down when they're messy intentionally, because entrepreneurs across the world need to know what it looks like to do amazing things. It really has a messy element. So for Adam, I didn't want it to be something messy that would cause him to say something or do something that he would next week say, oh my goodness, why did I say that? Or what? Because he's in a melty spot because of the milestone. And it's all good. I don't want anybody worrying. It's an amazing thing that's happened. But good or bad, one of the other Princess Speak words is melty. Good or bad, we can get melty. And so he will be back next week with a incredible behind the curtain story. But we need to talk about like the fact that he influences us greatly, Carrie. He is the interview king. He's he's almost to 2,000 interviews. Like, he's got all this stuff going on. So I would love for y'all to take a second to speak about Adam as well.
Oh, yes, please. Thank you. Adam is such an incredible human. And honestly, Kim, I don't know how he presses all the buttons behind the scenes here and in the other spaces that we hang out. Like, I know I would make a right mess of it, like completely, and it would not run as smoothly as it does. And likewise for Jill, because Jill presses a lot of those buttons for us too. So I know, hand on heart, that this show would just not even be probably even happening without both of them. And Adam is so amazing, and we're glad he's back. We're glad he's behind the scenes, and we're glad that he gets that opportunity to do life life needs to happen. So I think definitely all the kudos to Adam.
Yay, Adam. Oh, I'm so happy for everything that's going on for him right now because he deserves all of it. And yes, it's very, I don't know how he does it, and he doesn't have a toddler. Like, even with the without a toddler, I don't know if I could do all the things he does. So I love working with you, Adam. I am glad you were here with us and always helping us out with production and me and keeping me in check with getting all the things done that we got to do. So wouldn't be the same without you, man. Love it.
Thank you, Adam. So I want to mention something else really quickly too, Carrie, before we move on. And that is this week was Declan's birthday. And there's a mama who may get banished for quickly after sticky note time tomorrow because she's got some things going on.
Oh, a party. Yay.
So we want to say out loud, happy birthday, Declan.
Happy birthday, Declan.
Yay, Declan. And he just left, of course, so he doesn't even get to hear the message. So he'll have to hear it later.
Replay.
When Jill was banished last week, her and Declan, of course, were watching, even though she was banished, they were watching, and he can't understand why he couldn't talk to us like while we're on there. So I love every minute of all of that. But we definitely want to say you are an amazing mama and you're doing incredible things with that boy. So happy birthday.
Thank you. And we'll pass on the message.
So, Kim, I think we need to step into some final thoughts before we have to head on out of here.
Yes, ma'am. You want Jillo to go first?
Absolutely.
Okay. I think we had some really great roving reporters today. They really brought their messages and just nailed everything on the head. So awesome job, guys. Love all the info that's presented every week. And I'm super excited for the Fierce Entrepreneur Summit. So excited that we got to announce it today. And I'm looking forward to having everybody live again together. This is going to be great.
Well, I'll give my final thoughts. Thank you, Jill. And I want to say again a special thank you to Jill and Adam for everything they do for this show. I want to thank our roving reporters because they are amazing entrepreneurs that are coming here every single week and bringing us all great tips and bits and pieces from their areas of expertise. And I also want to thank those tuning in, because I think it's important to recognize that if you're spending some time with us, we do really appreciate that. And I want to thank everyone out there that supports an entrepreneur. So whether you're a family or a friend or a entrepreneurial buddy, anyone that is supporting entrepreneurs globally, I want to say a special thanks, because it's such an incredible space, but also a very, what's the word, Kim? Like, it's heavy, it gets real, it gets pretty raw, and it's definitely an exciting space at the same time.
Definitely is, Carrie. And I love that you brought the families and those around the entrepreneur, because it's important. Today is the last day of International Entrepreneur Adventure Month. It doesn't mean the adventure stops, Gary, but today's the last day that we celebrate this month. And we want to make sure everyone goes out of this month celebrating their choice to be an entrepreneur.
So I think we need to dance on out of here.
We'll see you all next Friday, 7 a.m. Central.
Kim signing off for Good Morning Entrepreneurs.